This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperweiss. KoperCrabb Podcast, #1 place for underground musicians to hang out.
Boom. If you guys want to submit questions for the podcast, email them to KoperCrabbPodcast@gmail.com. We have merch available at the link in our comments. If you listen to the podcast on, Spotify or whatever you're listening to a podcast on, just be aware we have a YouTube video cast
show.
And vice versa.
I remember when I was a kid, I found out that Howard Stern had video to go with it. It blew my mind.
I know. See, I'm one of those people. I started watching Stern with video, and I don't like I don't like just listening to Howard Stern, really. I like to watch because it's really a television show.
Yeah, I used to listen to it in my car, on the way to work.
Wow.
That's how old I am.
Well, see, I remember Stern being a show on E.
Right.
But
That's
I
what I'm saying.
never really watched it because I was a little young. It didn't intrigue me to stick around and listen to it.
Right. Well, let's see. I guess if I was 16, you would have been 12.
Yeah, I was into other.
Yeah.
But I mean, now of course I'm a Stern junkie.
Right. But I used to listen to it on the way to work or whatever when I was in my car, or when I would drive to my dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I saw it on TV, I was like, "Whoa, they have I remember thinking it was kind of weird because it was just them in a studio, and I was like, "Well, what kind of show is that? Nothing's really going on. It's just them sitting there."
I mean, really, that was
why would anybody want to watch it? I just thought you'd just want to listen to it.
That was the precipice of the podcast. It was right before. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, he started the podcast, right?
Absolutely.
The format.
I mean, that's every podcast, ours included, is ripping off Howard Stern.
I know. Well, we should do that more.
I know.
And it would be funnier.
I'm trying to really rip off Stern and get Richard Christie on our podcast.
Or Beetlejuice.
Okay, so speaking of Beetlejuice, last night or a couple of days ago, I saw
playing the bass.
At least on our records.
What the fuck?
So
slaps.
I saw there was a Stern clip, and they were asking who is the #1 Wack packer it's between Eric the actor and Beetlejuice. Who do you think it is?
It's obviously Beetlejuice.
I mean, I said obviously Beetlejuice too, but a couple people, Howard included, had a really good argument for Eric the actor.
Well, I don't even know who really Eric the actor is.
Really?
So,
Eric the actor is provides some of the best scenes.
Well, I'm just wondering if
Eric would call in every day. That's really the difference. Eric called into this show every single day, and Beetlejuice would just show up every so often in his outfits, But Beetlejuice is a fucking
celebrity. He's a G, dude.
I mean,
he's
come
the
on.
best. But I remember, I don't remember if he was part of the thing when I listened to it back on the radio. Did he come into the picture early on, or was that?
I don't really know.
Because when Howard Stern went to Sirius,
right?
I was like, all right, well, I'm not listening to Howard Stern anymore. I wasn't. He's like, oh, it's only $3 a month or however much it was.
Yeah.
But I was just not. I didn't go over.
I'm not sure because I don't listen to them in chronological order, so I don't remember when he comes into play. But it might have been after Sirius, which is funny in hindsight because I would have paid, knowing now. If I knew then what I know now, I would have paid for Stern on Sirius.
You know how there's some people who are early adopters of things. Oh God, we got an invader.
Yeah. Cat alert.
We were thinking of actually, side note, putting a Pappy's cat tree behind us.
Yeah, we should do that.
Because then he'd just be chilling back there, and it would be funny. It'd be cool.
Hella cute.
Because right now he just comes in and freaking terrorizes, and he's going to jump up on the table.
Do people say hella in Nashville? What's the Nashville slang?
Ah!
Yeah, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Otherwise,
we'll leave him.
Otherwise, the whole podcast is going to be about Pappy.
No, we'll be all right. We'll just ignore him.
But anyway, what's the Nashville slang?
Nashville slang. I don't know. We're gonna have to learn it.
Wow.
I mean, there's y'all, obviously.
I mean, obviously, right? They say that in the South.
People are like, "Don't move here. Stay in California, you fucking bro."
Keep your flat-billed hat and
knee-high socks.
Yeah, whoa, dude.
Totally. But I was gonna say, I'm not really, to get off that tangent, I'm not really an early adopter of things. It's bad.
Here he comes.
Not good. All right. Fucking hell.
Oh, well, speaking of, though, we saw a documentary because your mom was an early adopter of Netflix.
That's what I was going to say.
And we saw a documentary, and the entire documentary is based in Santa Cruz. Netflix is from Santa Cruz.
Right.
It's actually I
know.
Everyone should watch that. Ironically, it's on Amazon Prime. Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, don't understand.
But it's a whole documentary about Netflix and how it came to be. And it was basically Netflix started probably 4 miles away from where we live.
So yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like my mom, can you grab him?
I think it's just chilling.
All right. Well, I feel like he's going to knock that TV over. All right. Yeah. So that was one of the things I was going to mention. Like, and this has been, I think, a bad thing for me. My mom is like, "Oh, I'm doing this thing where you rent DVDs over the mail." You know, and I'm just like, God, that is just who the heck would do that?
Yeah.
But then it obviously it became a huge thing.
I don't know.
There's tons of things that I could point to now where when I heard about it, I just thought it was stupid.
eBay?
eBay I thought was pretty cool.
eBay I thought was cool, but I'm kind of scarred because back in the day when eBay first started, it would take like a month or 2 months to get your orders from eBay. Yeah. So now I just anticipate that it's going to take that long. So I just don't even order anything from eBay.
And it really doesn't. I ordered my handy flip phone, trusty, ordered it off of Amazon.
Oh, really?
Right? Mm-hmm. And it was a lot more expensive on Amazon. Then it never came. And like a week or so later, they gave me my money back. So then I was like, all right, screw this. I'm going to go over to eBay. And it was like $40 cheaper. And it got here in like 5 days.
Damn. So. I know. I've been really in the market for a Grateful Dead shirt lately. So I've been kind of like looking at eBay and I got some stuff. Debating.
Yeah. I got my eye on a couple
I'm
things.
I'm not looking for
eBay.
Like a new
I hear you.
Dead shirt though. I want like a 20 to 30 to 40-year-old Dead shirt.
Wow.
Like,
wasn't my uncle like going to give you some shirts?
Dollars. Yeah. I wonder if he still is. I don't know if that's a thing. You know, sometimes
they just say it because we're like drinking and stuff.
Because we're all drinking and you can have it. But in reality, it's like a fucking
he's got some like
$1,000,000 t-shirt
Yeah, he's
collection.
got like Yes t-shirts from the concert.
Yeah,
like,
he said that he's got a bunch of shirts from back then. I really wish I could go through that box.
Concert memorabilia.
Dude, totally. I was going to say, though, the interesting thing about Netflix and what it's evolved into now is that I feel like Sega Channel, I don't know if anyone remembers Sega Channel, but it was, my dad played video games. We had a Sega Genesis. Sega Channel was like this Sega Genesis game that you put into the game slot that was connected to your cable.
No, dude, it was connected to the phone jack.
Oh, it was connected to the phone jack.
Because I was like, damn, that's some crazy technology.
Yeah. It was like pre-internet.
Yeah, it was pre-internet.
And I had that, and you could they would switch out the games every month if memory serves me. I don't know. I wonder if anyone else out there used to play Sega Channel.
Yeah.
Because
probably.
No one really knows about it.
I know. It looked really cool. I was like, dang. I don't know if it was, well, we don't know anything about it really, but I know that.
No, I know a lot about it. I had it.
But you don't know how many games you could play. It wasn't like unlimited games.
No, it wasn't unlimited games. It was a certain, I want to say maybe it was like 30 games that they would cycle through every month. So I remember playing like Paperboy on it and Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And I think from what I remember, it was like the less complicated games. So maybe they were like shooting over like more arcade style games. Right. I can't really remember because I was so young when I had it.
Budget games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's other stuff like even, I didn't find out till Wi-Fi. I was already like touring at that point.
Yeah.
Because because I remember being on tour and we were outside of a show, and like I went into like another band's van and they were like, "Oh, is there Wi-Fi out here?"
Or Wi-Fi, as they call it in Europe.
Right.
I'm not joking. If you say Wi-Fi, no idea.
Wi-Fi.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
But you have, then if you flip it, Wi-Fi, it's, Wi-Fi, you know.
Right.
It's crazy how just a mispronunciation can alter.
Well, they're not as forgiving over there, right? I mean, like if you come here, you can basically say, as long as you're sort of getting the point across.
Yeah.
It'll work.
It's just,
but I don't know if Wi-Fi would work.
But I think that's just the difference in language. Yeah. The English language is hard to learn because of all of the ways that you can spin it. There's so much slang. This is just what I've heard through people who are ESL, English Second Language.
Totally.
It's that there's so much slang and we all speak in so many different ways that it's just kind of hard to pick up on.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, imagine someone learning proper English. You learn proper English, but then you try to listen to our podcast. I mean,
you're going to be like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Just the amount of slang that we speak. I mean, when was the last time that Americans really spoke proper English?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think my grandma might speak.
Probably not.
More proper.
Probably not. I mean, it's way before that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's weird.
But yeah, I mean, I was late to the game on Wi-Fi. So yeah, I remember, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Back to that story.
I was late to the game on having a cell phone.
I was like, what the fuck's Wi-Fi? And they were like, wireless internet. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's just like you just pick it up. And that's, they told me, yeah.
What band was this?
Embrace the End.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shout out Bart.
Totally.
We were totally.
I was probably 20.
We were watching a ton of Embrace the End videos a few weeks ago.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun. I like every so often we like, because we have YouTube, we have Roku on our TV. So we'll like go down memory lane and music videos.
Yep. And check out old stuff from way back when. It was fun.
Yesteryear.
From yesteryear.
It's hard to imagine that.
So YouTube, there's one. I was way late to the game
on uploading your videos to YouTube.
Oh yeah. Still haven't really done it, but
still, yeah, dude.
Well, I remember checking out like going to certain drummers' page. I remember they'd have like a list of like videos that all sort of looked the same. And I remember just being like, that's really weird.
I know.
I don't know why anybody would want to do that. Of course, I was like, I'm the most wrong ever.
Yeah, but that's how I know. That's how I knew who Alex was. Far before I met Alex, I knew who he was. But he was a long-haired kid.
That's right.
He was a long-haired little kid who played sick death metal drums.
Nile shirt.
Yeah, Nile shirt. Totally. I totally remember that.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I mean,
I think I might have just, I don't know, been a little slightly too IRL. Also, I didn't really take it that seriously. I was kind of just like, okay, that's something, whatever, we play shows.
Well, it's hard.
Like, fuck YouTube.
It's hard when you're faced with new technology. I feel like every generation goes through this. When you're faced with new technology or a new platform, it's really hard to catch on to it, to take it seriously. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people are doing that with TikTok right now.
Yeah.
And TikTok, I do think can be a valuable tool for people, and you don't have to it doesn't have to be cringy, the content that you post, but a lot of people have a bad impression of it.
Yeah, they think that you have to have like a certain style of video to be on there. Yeah. Whatever, it's like a TikTok type of a thing.
But isn't that like the thing in art? You actually don't, like, a lot of times people think that you have to like have a certain style to fit in. Like you have to do this, and that's what you have to post, and that's what's going to do well. I mean, they're like, but that's actually not the truth.
It's not the truth.
The people who I think do the best in those kind of things actually create they have their own thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is it totally true for TikTok? Like, other than, for whatever reason, we're having great success on there, and our videos are just really simple.
Could be. I think it definitely could be.
But do you think other top TikTok people, they're doing the corny thing? I feel like doing all the like whatever the like.
But that doesn't mean. I don't really know, but that doesn't mean that it can't be achieved. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think that you should go into anything like that with a totally preconceived notion of, well, if I don't do this, then it's not going to work. Because most of the people who have told me that, like, they may not have a thing that's popping off.
Right. It's just an opinion.
Yeah, it's an opinion.
It's an opinion, no real experience.
So I say,
But you gotta watch out for.
Well, also, you have to watch out for letting opinions like talk you out of doing what you want to do. You have to really watch out for that. Like, if people are like, you shouldn't go on TikTok. It's all cringy and shit. Well,
it's like, I'm going to go on there and not be cringy.
Why don't try it out for yourself? Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Don't like let someone don't let someone affect the way that you look at something and never attempt it for yourself.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and try it.
I agree.
Unless it's like crack. Maybe go check
Or maybe check it out for yourself.
Yeah. Hey, dude. Well, hey.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think it's important to, when you come across some new technology or whatever it may be, do your thing, right? Let your voice shine through, bro.
Like, have you ever seen someone post a Facebook status that's like, what do you guys think? Should I post a single or an album? You know?
Yeah.
Make the decision for yourself. Really do what you think is the best. There are arguments for everything, and that's really what you're going to get when you go to a social platform and ask for everyone's opinion. Or if you just talk to your friends, that's really what you're going to get.
Right.
But you in your heart, you probably know what you want to do. So just fucking do it.
Do it, man.
And don't let someone talk you out of it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Totally. Don't trip about it.
Don't trip.
Just do it.
With that being said, I was thinking, as I do before every podcast that we do, like before this podcast, I was like, what are we going to talk about this week?
Yeah.
And then I thought about, it's Thanksgiving on Thursday.
That's true.
Even though I've totally, honestly forgotten about it, just because we're moving and we're finishing the record. And it's like, I feel...
We're pretty much doing a really stripped down Thanksgiving this year.
Totally.
Because it's just you and me.
And your mom.
And my mom.
Because
my whole family's gone.
Going to Florida.
Yeah. They got the Christmas vibes in Florida.
Yeah, we just...
sorry.
Thanksgiving vibes. I really like Thanksgiving. I know there's a lot of like historical bullshit attached to Thanksgiving, but just speaking of the holiday in itself, I think it's a really good excuse to be around your family and drop everything and be around people that you love, and there are no like presents involved.
Yeah, I know.
In the same way that Christmas is.
It's definitely our favorite kind of holiday.
Love it.
And eat a lot of food.
Yeah, which we're going to do even though the fam is out of town. We're gonna cook a bunch of food.
Yeah,
a feast.
I think one time you were like, you know, I'm just gonna be like, one year you're like, I'm just gonna be like, drinking and smoking weed and stuff. Like, that's what Thanksgiving's all about. And I was like, yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's exactly what I plan on doing this Thanksgiving too.
Totally.
Drinking and smoking weed.
Well, we're also trying to get our freaking album done. So
yeah.
I mean, honestly, this year we were both slightly relieved that everyone was going out of town, and we can just like keep working because we got kind of a good flow going.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just keep working on the album. We can just. Our plan was like, let's make a bunch of Thanksgiving food and then just eat it for 4 or 5 days, so we don't have to cook.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat. We're gonna go to Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's has all the good hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
They have. If you haven't been to Trader freaking Joe's, then they have the best hors d'oeuvres section, hors d'oeuvres frozen section. So they have these like little puff pastries that have caramelized onions and like brie cheese and. I'm going to be smashing a lot of those.
And my mom like doesn't eat any of that, so it's just going to be me and Cheney eating.
I'm going to make macaroni. I'm making it baked macaroni and cheese, crispy cheese on the top style.
Ooh.
I'm lusting over Thanksgiving food. Yeah. And Naveen has this great pate in your family that you make.
Family tradition.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
How do you make it? Will you tell us all? Because it's seriously every year it's the hit of Thanksgiving.
Okay, so it's also a word. Well, there's a secondary story.
Okay.
To the first story. So my stepmom's sister invented this, and it's chestnuts mixed with stuffing and cheese and butter in a, what's it called? A pie crust.
Pie crust, yeah. Is it specifically Quattro Formaggio cheese? Yeah.
So it's really good.
And then
you bake it.
Dude, you bake it.
Really bomb. And you put
cranberry
either
sauce.
Gravy on it, cranberry sauce.
Oh, we need to make gravy.
Actually, she used to make it with cheese sauce. Yeah.
I make a freaking really good cheese sauce.
But secondary story. A long time ago in my apartment complex, there was a pie contest. And I was like, maybe because that's kind of like technically a pie, I guess you could say. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll make a sweet version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll win this contest. Right? And everyone was making fun of me, like, that's going to be gross. Because what I did was, instead of stuffing, I used a carrot cake. So it was carrot cake.
Like a pre-made carrot cake from the store.
Carrot cake. It is kind of weird. And it was just random.
Sometimes weird is good.
Weird is usually good.
Yeah.
So it was a carrot cake, and then it was, I like sauteed a bunch of different types of like chopped up nuts in butter.
Ooh.
And I threw that in there. Then I put...
So you smashed up the carrot cake?
Yeah.
Like,
it was all in a bowl.
With frosting on it?
No frosting.
You scraped the frosting off?
There just wasn't frosting. Like, I just baked it like a boxed carrot cake.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you bought like a Safeway carrot cake.
It's like a boxed carrot cake. That goes in. The nuts go in. This is just off.
Now that I know that it's boxed carrot cake, it sounds even better because I never imagined it like that.
Yeah, so I was just kind of winging it. So I was thinking, okay, instead of the stuffing, I'm going to go the carrot cake. Instead of the chestnuts, I'm going to do like mixed nuts. Now, instead of the cheese, what do you do? Well, this was my idea. I put condensed milk. Kind of weird.
Damn.
Right? But I put a can of condensed milk.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And then, stirred it all up or whatever, put it in the pie crust.
This was after the cake was baked?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then served it up. And everybody from the apartment complex was in on it. It was like a lot of people. And then served it with ice cream. And hell of just one. Just an easy win.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now here's another part of the story.
Okay.
The presentation was on point. When I was in Germany, I bought this little spatula that was really cool looking. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I don't think I have.
I do think you've seen it. Anyway, it looks like Moroccan or something like that. Now, my brother just texted me a picture of it. And he was like, hey, I just found this.
Today?
No, like a couple of weeks ago. I haven't told you this. Yeah, I haven't told you this. Because I've been thinking about that spatula. I'm like, man, that thing was really cool.
And he had it.
He had it.
Whoa.
And it had a sticker on it that said Naveen.
Whoa.
And I think what happened was I left it at the animal's house. So
Sean got it.
When we lived with animals, Shane and I used to live with animals as leaders. And
well, you were in.
When we moved out,
we didn't just live with them.
Yeah.
We lived with Tosin and
you want me
Hop.
to open that?
Yeah.
Open that for you.
We lived with Tosin and Hop.
Yeah. When we moved out, my brother moved into our room.
Totally.
So I think when he moved out of there, he takes the spatula. So he's like, hey, dude, this has your name on it. I'm assuming it's yours. And I was like, dang, dude, I was just thinking about that spatula.
Whoa.
And then, but I couldn't figure out why it had my name on it. Right? I was like, who puts a little sticker in and it wasn't in my handwriting. And then I've been thinking about that. And I'm like, it was in the pie contest.
Damn.
And they put the spatula, they put my name on it to know whose pie it was.
Wow.
It occurred to me.
That's an award-winning label.
That's right. I won first place. Easy.
You know what's messed up is you've never made that for me.
I've never made it since then. I only made it that one time.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. One-time deal.
That's cool, though. So you won a pie contest one time in your life.
Won the pie contest. Only time I ever entered a pie contest.
And you won.
And I won, and that was that. I'm going out on a win.
Blue ribbon. Did you get like a trophy or anything?
I think I did get something.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish you still had that.
Yeah, I don't have it. It might have been
That's
they might have just like handmade it or No diss or anything.
But you should have it. If you win a contest, if you get the blue ribbon, you should probably have it.
Well, you've got some trophies, right, from back in the day?
Softball trophies?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Award-winning softball.
That's right. You guys probably didn't know that. Cheney used to be a deadly...
Everyone's going to know that now.
A Tanner Twister, dude.
What the fuck is a Tanner
Twister? It's from, what's that
show?
Full
House?
Yeah, Full House.
Yeah.
She was like really good at baseball. This is stupid. It's dumb. Anyway.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of episodes of Full House in my time.
I was actually the other day working right next to the Full House. It was Full House, and then another house, me working in the house.
See, these are things that I'm thinking about now that we're going to move in 4 weeks. It's like, wow, I've lived here for 10 years and I've never seen the Full House.
I know. And I was just thinking that today. I was like, man, should we go like see all the sites and like take a bunch of pictures and stuff? Because
maybe,
it's like, we might not move back.
Right.
I mean, we probably won't. I don't know.
Well, maybe like the Thursday before the Christmas party, we'll just go up there and hang out.
Yeah, we should.
Or just the Friday, just in the day. We could do that.
We can't really because I'm actually working that day.
Oh,
yeah. But I'll tell you what, man.
Work is a bitch.
I'll tell you what. NK is checking out of work and
checking into the drum room, baby.
That's right. And every day I feel myself get like more and more blasé.
Same. At this point, I'm just working for charity.
Like,
it's like,
yeah, I'm just hey, I'm
here.
I'm here serving my sentence.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing here.
Yeah. And it's almost up.
Yeah. And like today, I made a funny video of me like throwing around my flip phone because you can drop it or whatever. And I literally walked into work today, like doing it, like throwing it around, like, oh, would you guys ever do this with your flip phone? Probably not. You know, like just goofing around, dude.
You know who's not stoked about moving though?
Pappy.
These cats.
Yeah.
They're in for a fucking rude awakening.
Oh, you can see him. Look, his head's right here.
Yeah, he's asleep.
He's a little bastard.
See, I told you we should get a little bed. He stays up here with a wood table.
I know, but I want him to be visible. Look at he's like,
Papito.
He's only there though because I don't want him there.
No, I want him there. Papito.
Yeah, no, I kind of want him there, but I was worried that he was going to tip my TV over.
Tip my TV.
But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man,
Today, it's like starting to flip on because I've always been like, well, when Thanksgiving rolls around, it's going to be like a couple of weeks before we leave.
I know.
And now it's like, whew,
it's legit.
It's coming like a whirlwind around the corner.
I know.
The pod gets here in a week and a half.
I know.
Today, we were talking about doing an episode about our favorite things about Santa Cruz.
Yeah, so we have some episodes that we need to get done before we leave. One of them is 10 things. Sorry, no, it wasn't things I love about Santa Cruz. It was top 10 moments.
Well, maybe we could wrap that into an episode with our friends because we were talking about having like some people over and doing a podcast with as many people as we could get to our house, really.
Yeah.
So
we were thinking about doing a party episode, which would be hard to listen to, but it'd be fun anyway.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Just go crazy and have a bunch of people in here. And
it'd be a lot of fun.
Maybe we should do it live.
Oh, no.
That's what we should do.
Be awful.
We should do it live. You don't want to?
Maybe. We'll see. That would be really fun. That would be really fun.
Well, look, we could
talk to people.
We could do it live and then have it so it doesn't stay up in case anything weird happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. That would be fun, I think. But we've already got some
cool
podcasts.
Dude.
Yeah, I know. That would be fun. We've got some cool podcasts planned for when we get to Nashville as well. So
yeah, totally. We've got a lot of good stuff. Cool. Lots of good stuff planned when we get to Nashville.
But as for Thanksgiving, I wanted to talk about some things that we're thankful for. As I think everyone out there should think about every so often. You know, we can go through life and be pissed about this and that, but YOLO. It's real. You only live once. So
depending on what philosophy you subscribe to.
Well, you are only in this body once, no matter what, no matter which philosophy. Yobo.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you. Yobo. I've been thinking about that a lot though, because you know, I like to make lyrical content about all of these things, and it's not.
Oh, that is so good.
Dude, it's the blueberry one?
Yeah, I told you.
Okay, so earlier I was telling you that this tastes like medicine.
No, dude, it is.
But now that I'm coming off of a raspberry lime, I'm like into the blueberry acai.
Supreme. This is supreme. So last week I had this one because we went to. How did we even wind up with this? No.
Oh, because Jared brought over some
Jared
Trulies.
brought up a bunch from KoperCrabb Podcast.
Yeah.
Then I brought this to that bonfire that we went to.
Oh, yeah.
Then it didn't get drank. And then last week I was like, oh, sweet, there's a Truly. I'll drink it. And I cracked it open. And when I tasted it, I was like, oh, my God. There's nothing even close. This is like.
No, it's the best one.
I wish we could get all these.
Yeah.
Like.
Why don't they do that, with all flavored beverages? Or like a Starburst.
I know, but
just
that's
give us the
cheating.
whole pack.
That's cheating.
Just
that's
give
cheating.
us
like
a
they're
whole
all
pack.
Pink. Everyone wants all pink.
I would go for pink and red. I'd go for like the reds assortment.
I don't know, dude. Well, that's the thing. They did the crunch berries only. That's disgusting.
Blues are usually pretty tasty too.
That's true. But yeah.
It's usually
Those
just
are
like
amazing.
the yellows and the oranges I don't want. The citruses.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry for cutting you off, Jenny. You were saying.
Well, I just wanted to talk about I wanted to name a few things that we're thankful for.
Yeah.
Just because, in the spirit of the holiday.
Is it because we did that the other night at the bonfire?
And I was thinking that once after I thought of that, I was like, well, we did this the other night at the bonfire too.
That was fun. They're like, we went to our friend's bonfire. There's probably like 10 people there, you think?
Yeah. Yep.
At the end of the night, they made everyone stand around the bonfire and say what they're thankful for.
Which is fun.
I thought it was great.
Everyone should do that with their friends.
I thought it was great. Although that probably could have been on like Curb Your Enthusiasm and it would have been funny.
Oh, damn. A new Curb came out last night. You know what? We were so busy watching the new Tiger King. Because if you guys out there don't know, there is a new season of Tiger King. And honestly, it's like even more riveting than the first season. What do you think?
I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm getting.
It's more informative.
That one guy, the guy who like ran his campaign,
No.
He like when Joe Exotic wanted to be a. He was running for some office. I don't know what it was.
Oh, yeah.
The guy who was running his campaign, he's like, man, who's really getting screwed here? The animals,
Yeah.
And it really started making me think about all the animals,
I was thinking about it way before that. Just watching those animals.
It's just, that's who's getting the raw end of the deal here.
So fucking sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
I mean, because we were like,
it's like the larva.
We were like
fly,
thinking about like
the fly puppies.
Yeah.
That report that just came out. Oh my God.
Yeah. Right.
What was it?
They're testing.
Bot flies.
Yeah, some sort of
they're
flies
doing bot
on
fly research on beagles.
Beagles' heads.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Dr. Fauci is involved with it in some way.
The worst part is that
ugh.
I could be a person who wanted to go through my life not hearing about that stuff, but it's like I feel like as humans we sort of need to know that stuff is going on to decide if we think it's ethically
I don't know.
Right. Like what the ethics are behind this. Because the thing is that people have benefited greatly from animal research.
Yeah.
Scientific animal research. But
true.
It's severely...
But we draw the line at cute beagles.
Yeah. It's severely... To me, ethically, I fucking hate it. So you come to a point where... I think I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about this today. You come to a point where you have to decide if you would suspend scientific research a bit in order for this to happen, or if you would rather allow it to happen for scientific research to progress in leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I don't know. For
It's
me
really
personally, I don't take much, never have, like mainstream medicine or whatever, and I wouldn't want to be the one testing on animals if it was up to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Right. Same.
And I'm not. I guess at some point, like Advil was probably tested on an animal, maybe.
I'd rather just drink a juice.
Yeah.
I think. Let me get a ginger. Let me get a turmeric shot.
So I don't know. I don't really.
But anyways,
I don't know where you draw the line. I totally agree, and I think about that too with like what should people be allowed to do with their own personal property, because they're saying, oh, these animals are our property, right? They're making that
Tiger
kind of
King,
argument, and I'm just kind of like,
it's hard for me to think.
I don't know where you draw the line. That's what I'm saying.
It's hard for me to think that another living being is my property.
Yeah.
And
but
like with our
case.
cats every day, I'm like, it's a miracle that these cats don't want to run away because we let them go outside every day.
Yeah.
And if they were,
Right.
They could easily just go be a part of the free world.
Totally.
And that's their decision to make, but they keep coming back because they know where they get their food and their
right.
Their
like I don't
wants
think
from.
of Pappy as my property. I think he's like a roommate who is a total freeloader.
He's liable to run away at any given point.
He could if he wants to.
He's
if
a
he
total
wants,
freeloader, and we take
Yeah.
way too goddamn good care of him. We give him health insurance to the greatest degree. You know, we pay for his
Healthcare.
health insurance.
No, he doesn't
I
have
mean,
insurance.
Jesus Christ. Well,
They have pet health
he
insurance.
has insurance, and it's that
Through
he's
us.
through us.
We're the insurance.
We're the
Yeah.
insurance, and
Yeah.
we're paying full
Yeah.
fucking price.
He's a little freeloader, but we do love him.
Well, last week we had to take him to the vet because he's breaking out. And the
Yeah, he's
funny
having
thing
some-
is
he's having
that
some,
I
issues
also have some skin issues, and I never have gone to the doctor for it.
Yeah, I know. Well, one
the
time,
minute he had
okay,
them,
one
I
time
was
with
like-
our other cat, you had brought him back from the vet or whatever, and you were like, "Oh, they want to like do something to his teeth or whatever." And at the time, my teeth were like super jacked up, and I was like, "We're not fixing our cat's teeth, because first of all, whatever, and then secondly, my teeth are jacked, so that is just wrong."
All right, so let's talk about some things we're thankful for.
Yeah, agreed. I was just saying today how thankful I am just for the whole getting to move to Nashville
Yeah.
and a lot of some studio stuff starting to materialize for me, you know, little gigs. I got like quite a few lined up for when we get there. And I was saying, I don't know, like, I don't feel like I did. What did I do to deserve this kind of a thing? You know, it's kind of corny to say, but that's how I feel for sure.
That's awesome.
You know, I
Mhm.
don't feel. I don't know. I don't really feel that way about like all the music and the stuff that I've done. I don't know. It's just been fun. You know, I don't really think of it as like this thing I like earned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
About playing music.
Like I just feel kind of like it was just kind of a
I'm
gift to me.
astounded by playing music because all that I ever did was just kept playing music.
Yeah.
You know? And it's weird.
fun.
It's
It's
weird
not
how
like-
it's weird how that has compounded though, you know? This love for playing music when however old I was when I started playing. I don't know. I started singing when I was really young. But however, this just endless love for music and the cycle of I just kept wanting to play music every single day.
Yeah.
And it never stopped. And I'm just astounded when I look back at the way that it's kind of snowballed.
Totally.
Because there's nothing you can, no matter where you reach, there's nothing you can ever really like quantifiably dream of when you're a kid. You never, when you pick up a guitar for the first time or when you start singing for the first time, no matter who or what you are, you never anticipate where it could go.
Yeah.
You never know. That's what's so weird about looking at life in reverse.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly astounded by that stuff. And I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, I remember my goal was like to play at the Pound because I saw a dying fetus there.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, if I could just hit that stage.
Just a show.
Yeah.
One
I
show.
like know what it feels like to like hit the kick drum and then it like hits the subs like, you know, it's all intense.
Yeah.
I was like, that would just be, or like when I was even younger than that, I went to like Family Values tour in like 99 or something.
Yeah.
And I remember like he was sound checking the John Otto, drummer of Limp Bizkit. He's like sound checking the kick. And I remember just being like, man, I just want to know what it feels like to hit your kick drum. And it's like that loud.
It just sounds like that.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
that would
man.
just, I remember just being like, that would just be the, like, that's it. That's the coolest thing that you can do.
Totally.
And honestly, that's how I still feel. So once I did that, I was kind of like, all right, that's awesome. Like, I know how that feels and I like that.
I'm
That's really
thankful
cool.
for that feeling. And that's the energy I'm trying to channel like all the time.
100%.
Just imagining yourself as a kid and just like watching your first show or the first time that you got that feeling of watching someone on stage and thinking, holy shit, I just want to be able to do that. I remember there was this band in Des Moines called Pig Walk. And
what kind of name is that?
yeah, dude, it was Pig Walk. I think it was like PYG
I
as
like
well.
that. I like that.
And the
dude.
vocalist was really
hard.
tall, and it was one of the first. No, it was just a local show that I went to. It was at this place called Harry Mary's, which is a legendary Des Moines venue. It was the first place I saw 6 Feet Under.
Okay, is that place still there?
It's called Lefties now.
Okay. Is that sort of over near where Vaudeville was?
No.
Okay, never mind. That's People's Court.
Yeah, that's People's Court.
Which I never went to.
Harry Mary's is like old school, so it was the first place that, like, when I turned 16, 6 Feet Under and Chimera played there. Or I saw Crisis there. I saw all kinds of early people there. But cigarette smoking was still legal.
The good old days.
So I actually didn't see 6 Feet Under at that show because the cigarettes were burning my eyes so badly that I left.
We used to go on tour when you could smoke still.
That's, I can't imagine that.
Tour meant like, my clothes are all going to smell like cigarettes. It was going to suck.
Yeah.
Remember, it was just like brutal for the merch person because we would just play and leave.
Dude.
You know? And that was the thing, dude.
There's still smoking allowed. We played one venue, I think it was in Texas, where they're still smoking.
Yeah,
there was smoking in the restaurant part. Yeah, it's super rare.
But I will say there are a couple bars in Santa Cruz where you can choke a twig. I'm not going to put anyone on blast.
Don't get me wrong, though. I don't care if you smoke cigarettes. Like, I don't give a fuck what decisions you make in your life, what you decide to do with your body. Smoke a cigarette. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be in a box with you.
I know.
Just inhaling your cigarette fumes. And it's mostly because it makes me like want to barf. It gives me the spins.
Okay, but do you feel this way now when you go into like a dive bar and people are smoking in there? It's kind of like, yes, this is sick.
No, I've never felt like that.
That's how I feel now because it's so rare.
I do like a cigar though.
Yeah, I don't know if you can you just light up a cigar in like a smoking area? Because that's like, that's hardcore. That's like really invasive. But
dude, one of my favorite hobbies is going to New Orleans and going into like one of those awesome NOLA cigar shops. I've only done this once. So going into that
you did one day.
Yeah. Going into that specific NOLA cigar shop and I was like, can you give me like a chocolatey cigar?
I remember
and they give me a really tiny, really chocolatey cigar, and I've never been able to get it. No one has ever understood what I've meant by chocolate.
I know, you're like,
since then.
I want one that's chocolatey though.
Like espresso.
What does that mean?
Some people.
I don't know. I remember the last time we went to the place here.
He thought I wanted it flavored.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, we don't have any flavored cigars." It's like, no, dude, I want it to have chocolatey notes.
Yeah, I want it to be like, cocoa.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I want. I don't want like a I don't know what the other flavors are. I just want chocolate.
Totally.
So if anyone out there has a recommendation for a chocolatey cigar, please let me know.
Hook it up.
Because I will smoke a cigar every so often.
Yeah, cigar club.
Cigar club.
Well, what are you thankful for? I just said I was thankful for...
I'm thankful for moving.
Yeah.
I love Santa Cruz with all of my heart. I have so many amazing memories here, but moving is it's a whole different kind of inspiration.
Yeah.
And it's made me really excited, and it's gotten me super amped for what I'm doing right now, which is finishing the record. Like my mind is going through all of this stuff while finishing writing lyrics and finishing working on a record. So it's just a cool life thing.
I know, it's a weird feeling. It's like since we made that decision to move and then, got everything in line and all that stuff, it's just felt so weird. Now that everything is like done, we did everything that we needed to do, secured everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm just kind of like, just waiting to go.
Me too.
But I'm
starting to get nostalgic.
I'm feeling a little nostalgic too.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, we went to that Zachary's, the breakfast place that we go to all the time. I bought a shirt.
Yeah, totally.
So I was like, well, shit, dude. I mean, I've always wanted a shirt from there, but I felt like it would be kind of weird rolling around Santa Cruz in a Zachary's shirt. But now it's like cool because it's like a souvenir.
Yeah. And
then I started thinking, shit, should we go to like, Lombard Street, like the windy street in San Francisco?
Oh yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back.
I work at all those places quite often, and I just don't even care because I'm just at work.
Right.
So it has made me sort of more appreciative in my day-to-day life.
Well, that was something that I was going to get at with being thankful for moving as well. Is that when we're in a place all the time, we kind of get caught up into the mundane, into the day-to-day. And it's the same reason why when I moved here, and you had never really been to any of the like spots, the tourist spots.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But now I've lived here for 10 years and I haven't really been to any of those places either.
I know.
Because when you live in a place, you take it for granted. And it's happened to me with Des Moines, because now I go back to Des Moines and I've just am kind of overcome with emotions when I'm there. And I think that I'll eventually feel that way about California too, because there are so many memories attached to the place. And there are so many things that you just swore you'd do that you never did. Like you swear that if you live half a mile away from the ocean, that you're going to go and look at the ocean every single day. The reality, I haven't looked at the fucking ocean in like a month. Well, we went to a bonfire at the ocean. Okay, I saw the ocean 2 days ago. Sue me. Sue me. But you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't go and sit at the ocean very often. You don't go and they're red, what are they called? The redwoods. They're the redwoods like 2 miles away from our house as well. And I only go and drive through those every so often. So really, I think that all of us are really guilty of that. We get caught up in every little thing that happens in life and the dramas of life. And
I wish it didn't have to be like that. Why can't we appreciate what we have when it's not finite?
Yeah, man. Why don't you know that the good old days are the good old days when you're in them?
Yeah, that's true.
It's because nothing ever is quite as exciting when you're living through it as it is in hindsight.
It's like vacation. You know, vacation's always better when you look back on it.
Yeah,
than when it's actually happening.
In reality, vacation is kind of boring.
And it's a lot of work.
Or if you're like me, it's like I love being on vacation for a day or two, but after that I'm like, okay, there's something I should be getting done. I like need to go work on stuff.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at being lazy. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Although I am a guy who likes to, I like my hobbies and my music and everything.
Yeah, totally.
I also like chilling next to a pool.
I do too, but you can only chill next to a pool for so long before you're like,
it's a year. I'm thinking a year. I think I could do it for a year. 1 year, and then after that, I'd be like, all right, it's kind of, I need to.
We'll test that out someday. Here. Yeah.
I wish I could.
But I am thankful for the perspective that moving brings.
I totally agree.
So.
I really love that. And I've just been kind of enjoying it. I've been like, well, you know what? Rather than be super antsy to leave, which I still kind of am, I'm also enjoying the time that we have here.
Yeah.
And it's weird looking at it through the lens of, we're not going to be living here very much longer. Because when I moved from Santa Cruz or from the Bay Area down to LA, it was sort of like sudden, it wasn't really. I think I was like on tour with animals, and then they're like, hey, we're going to move to LA. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. But this time it's like we planned it out, and we're, been kind of working towards it.
It's very adult-like.
Yeah. And we've been in Santa Cruz for like, I don't know how long now, like 9 years or something.
But it's also interesting looking at it from that perspective, like the way that we moved to Santa Cruz compared to the way that we're moving to Nashville. When we moved to Santa Cruz, we were like, okay, we're going to go and move into a barn that your mom uses as a sewing room, and it was just kind of like a flippant move.
Like it was kind of like, let's just go there and like figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
but you don't really ever figure out what you're gonna do.
You never really figure it out.
You just are doing it.
But things start happening for sure.
Yeah.
Like when we moved to Santa Cruz, you did have the option to work in draperies with your dad, but you didn't. And I didn't have a job at all, so I got a job and we had no money. We came up here with no money.
We moved up here we're going to have to do
we moved up here in a van.
Santa Cruz.
We can just talk about it right now. We
episode.
Moved up here in a van with my cat, Iggy.
Minivan.
In a minivan.
So
an Astro van.
From LA, we had literally everything we owned and a cat, me and Cheney. And there was like at least one drum set.
Totally. That van was packed to the brim.
It was packed to the brim, and then I had a bike rack with this chair that I'm sitting in. It was on the back on a bike rack.
Totally.
Now, here's another thing about that.
Yeah.
The van, we had it completely full outside the house, ready to go. Fucking thing won't turn on.
Yeah, it wouldn't turn on.
So I think we got a jump start. And then I was like, all right, I'm not going to turn it off.
Yeah.
So we did not turn it off. We drove all the way up here without turning it off.
Right.
And yeah, I think wow, now that we're talking about it, I am feeling a bit nostalgic about that. I'm starting to looking at the chunk of our time here as like a thing, you know?
It is a thing. It's an era.
Maybe that's why it's good to move. So you can actually kind of get a little bit of perspective on what you've been doing.
You know, there was a time like a year ago where I told myself, wow, I'm inevitably going to live in California for 10 more years. And at that point, I'll be more Californian than I am Iowan, really. Because I moved out of Iowa when I was 21.
Oh, wow.
So, and now it's like, whoa, we're moving out of California. It's crazy.
I know.
So there will inevitably be a point when I'm more Tennessee than I am Iowa or California.
So we'd have to be there for quite a while.
Well, I'd only have to be there for 20 years, 21 years.
Yeah, true. But I was going to say there's other things that are, for instance, just like I was thinking right before we did the podcast, like how the podcast will change. Because we're always talking about Santa Cruz stuff. You know, we were at the beach, we were at, you know, Zachary's or a beer place.
Rarely a show. Rarely does a show come to Santa Cruz.
Yeah, there's not that many shows.
I've already got like 4 shows planned that we're going to, which is we're going to Cannibal. We're going to Cannibal and Whitechapel and Revo. And then we're definitely going to see Vale of Noth with Obscura.
Okay, well, we should probably ask someone from those tours to be on the podcast. We need to start.
I want to ask Vance. Vance Valenzuela, who is the dude he's in Vale of Noth. He's in Abigail. He's a really, really good friend of mine. And I want him to be on the podcast. But I was actually asking him to do promo photos for our band instead of the podcast. But I would love to have him on. I think he'd be a great person on the podcast, or just, you know, but that's what we're gonna.
But that's part of the reason why we want to move there, is because almost every tour goes through there, and we can have more people on the show that are in person.
Yeah,
it's way better. The Zoom thing sucks.
Right. So over the next couple of weeks, it's probably mostly going to be me and Naveen, because we're super busy.
Except for that party episode.
Except for the party episode, which we have to make happen.
We got to do the party episode.
Ben Murray has been from Light the City. We have an episode planned. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But, you know, we're just so busy. We're finishing the album. This is like a really crazy time for us.
I know.
And I'm excited for like a year from now to look back on the album.
Me too. I'm excited for a year from now.
And not remember that this time was taking place. I would like to just
hear it, because right now it seems like it'll never be done.
I know.
Just like, how could this be done?
But I will say is every couple of days we get more bass stuff, and it's just like, oh my God. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
From the man, dude.
The man.
Evan, you know what's up. The Sav, dude.
The #1 savage.
So sick.
I guess that's just that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're excited about everything. It's really exciting.
It's great
I'm thankful for all of it.
And we're thankful for our daily bread, which we're going to go eat.
With garlic butter.
Yeah, I was whipping up garlic butter before the episode.
So with all of this being said, you know, I hope that you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I hope that you eat well. Right. I hope that you're with people that you love. And if you're not with anyone, you're with us.
That's right.
We love y'all.
We're there.
We're
there in spirit.
That's right.
All the time.
That's right. You can just listen to this podcast over and over and over.
For real. And also, you know what I'm thankful about? If there's somebody that's listening right now who's been listening the whole time, since we started it,
let us know. Like and subscribe.
All right, guys. We
love you guys. Have a good week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Cheers.